Daenerys Targaryen. She says she is the mother of dragons. But would you trust her with your kids? Her father was a maniac. She palled around with Dothraki terrorists. She asked the city of Karth for a government bailout. Then she lost 3 baby dragons after placing them in an unlocked wooden box. An unlocked wooden box. This Khaleesi wants to be queen of the 7 kingdoms, but can she be trusted? Daenerys Targaryen. Wrong for dragons. Wrong for the realm. Paid for by the Committee to Protect Dragons.
We don't know anything about him.
He was never really vetted.
Is he really the true-born son of Robert Baratheon?
All over the 7 kingdoms, people are asking the same question. Who is the real King Joffrey? The people of Westeros are hurting. Winter is coming. Crop yields are falling, and the price of fuel is going up.
The cost of peat moss is through the thatched roof.
And this young and inexperienced king takes advice from a whoremongering imp and has launched an illegal war in the north. What is King Joffrey hiding? This is not our kind of family values. King Joffrey. What a bastard.
What a bastard.
Paid for by the young Baratheons for freedom. Robb Stark. He's the biggest celebrity in the North. But his father was a traitor. He arrested his own mother. His bastard brother deserted the Night's Watch. And he couldn't defend his own castle. Worst of all, Robb Stark hasn't stopped the wildlings from invading our lands and taking our jobs. He even has an illegal alien for a nanny. And now he wants to be king in the north? King? Some people say he's really a wolf. Some people say he eats dead people. We can't wait until it's too late. Send a raven to Winterfell now and tell Robb Stark to go back home. Stop eating dead people and defend the damn wall. This ad paid for by Crossbows GPS.
You shouldn't have to pay to talk to the people closest to you, or the people who used to be. That's why Umbrella Wireless is proud to announce the new Friends, Family, and Recent Ex-Girlfriend plan. Now you'll get unlimited calls to your best buddy, your mom, or Cindy, once she realizes that you're seriously meant for each other and should stop screening your calls. Now the 30 minutes of agonizing silence where you're both afraid to hang up may drain your battery, but it won't drain your wallet. And you'll get unlimited calls just to check if she still cares enough to pick up, with no extra charges. With a Friends, Family, and Recent Ex-Girlfriend plan, your phone will automatically answer calls from your ex, because maybe she finally realizes that you're the only one for her and wants to get coffee sometime. Now, after lonely nights of looking at pictures of the road trip you took together when everything was great, your misspelled texts are absolutely free. The only thing you have to pay for is the booze. The Friends, Family, and Recent Ex-Girlfriend plan, because she wants you back. She just doesn't know it yet.
When you can't find anything to watch on cable, you get bored. When you get bored, you listen to radio cooking shows. When you listen to radio cooking shows, you invite a friend over for dinner. When you invite a friend over for dinner, you use twice as many beans. When you use twice as many beans, you expel deadly farts that kill your friend's dog. When you kill your friend's dog, your friend becomes unstable. When your friend becomes unstable, you're sued for everything you're worth. When you're sued for everything you're worth, you're thrown to the streets. When you're thrown to the streets, you devote your life to world domination. When you devote your life to world domination, you become an evil fascist overlord. When you become an evil fascist overlord, old friends plot their revenge. When old friends plot their revenge, you are shot in the back of the head. And when you're shot in the back of the head, you miss your jazzercise appointment. Don't miss your jazzercise appointment. Upgrade to Indirect TV. Go online or call 1-800-ERECT-TV.
Millions of Americans every day are shedding unwanted pounds by taking tested and proven Ultra Lipo Stick. Carbohydrates are bad. Our carbo-fighting antioxidant is good. Just listen to these satisfied customers.
My name is Gail, and I lost like 20 pounds on Ultra Lipo Stick.
My name is Jared, and I lost 46 pounds using Ultra Lipo Stick.
My name is Zach, and I actually gained weight. This stuff sucks!
Ultra Lipo Stick is safe and easy to inject. Just 3 doses 4 times a day discreetly underneath your fingernail. Listen to this.
I used Ultra Lipo Stick and suffered from side effects like uncontrollable greasy discharge.
Ultra Lipo Stick, it turned the armpits of all of my shirts orange. This stuff is crap.
Try it today and see some real results. Ultra Lipo Stick. Not available in stores. Results may vary.
Zinc Media. Feel the power of knowledge.
Most politically incorrect black man on the planet, Rod Eccles.
Well, hello, my fellow Americans and all of my fellow liberty lovers across the globe. It is I, your lovable host, El Rod, coming to you live from my bunkerized home studio somewhere in the great Granite State of New Hampshire, where the state motto is, yes, it still is, live free or die. It is not big government or bust. It is Monday, May the 11th, in the year of our Lord 2015. Boy, I'm a month behind there. As we begin the week, the first full week of May, and the number that you can call this evening is 603-835-3224. That's 603-835-3224. Had a wonderful weekend. Yes, the temperatures were high. It was very warm, low humidity. Well, I know some people they had higher humidities in their area, but not around here. It was yesterday. Sunday was extremely hot, I might add, and because it was hot, we had to deal with it being hot for the first time. Well, I guess it really wasn't the first time this year, but it was definitely warm. We loved it. At least I did. It was a beach day, beach weather kind of day. You go to the beach before the crowds start to hit from, because summer doesn't officially, as they always say, it's unofficially, officially starts on Memorial Day at the end of May. And now this year Memorial Day is, I'm not sure, because, well, I think it's the 25th of May, because the way the weeks run, and it's usually on a Monday, so it's never in June. So, but see, that following Monday is going to be like, well, let me pull up a calendar here and say, okay, so you have the last full week of May is May 24th through May 30th, which makes that Sunday, May 31st, which makes Monday, June 1st. And I've never heard of Memorial Day being on June 1st. So I do believe that Memorial Day is rather early in the month this year on the 25th. Now, be that as it may, that means you got about, for all you people who have been trying to get in shape, you got about 2 weeks left to get yourself in shape to be ready for the beaches and whatnot. on Memorial Day. I did not see the Farmer's Almanac about the summer weather this year, because they were kind of dead on about the winter. So I just thinking about it, I wonder what they might think of what their prediction for this summer is. Hopefully it's going to be long and hot, like, they were right about the winter being long and cold and rather snowy. I think they underestimated the snow there, but they were right about it. So hopefully they will. Hopefully they'll say something very nice and give us something very warm for the summer months. But in any case, we're going to begin the week off right here in the Bunker Eyes home studio. Got a lot to cover. Got a lot of stuff coming up this week. Now, you guys got to pay attention. You can't. I know summer's coming, but you can't fall off. You got to keep your eyes and ears open. I mean, there's just a lot of things going on out there right now that affects your freedom, and you need to pay attention to it, because as much as I'd love to be the guy that can bring you every single little last detail about what's out there that's affecting your freedom, what the government is trying to do to affect your freedom, one person can't do it. You've got to pay attention. You can't depend on somebody else to do it for you, because, look, we're going to miss something, especially seeing how this is such a very large country. And there's so much that could be going on in your neighborhood, and I'm not in your neighborhood. I'm probably nowhere near your neighborhood from wherever you're listening. I mean, even if you're listening here in New Hampshire, neighborhoods in New Hampshire are quite different. We don't always know what's going on in somebody else's neighborhood. For instance, we had Chris Christie up here in New Hampshire, but he was over in Keene. Now, I don't know what is going on all of a sudden I find it kind of interesting that the American people do not consider global warming to be a big threat. In fact, if you look at the top 10 issues that Americans are concerned about or worried about, man-made global warming or climate change isn't in the top 10. It is not in the top 10. They're not. That's not something that we're paying attention to. It's not on our radar. We're not. There are too many other important things. But why is it that we constantly have this thing about global warming keep popping up? What is it that our leaders want to hide from us or wag the dog on us about? I mean, none of it really makes any sense. When you really think about, are we really do we really believe in global warming? And fewer people are beginning to believe in global warming. That's the whole point. So So we're having to deal with that. Excuse me there. A little bit of adjusting of the mic. I apologize. Sometimes that happens. It just sort of slips and slides, and you have to do your thing with it to adjust it. But here, Governor Christie is out there in Keene, New Hampshire, talking about that global warming is real. Look, Governor Christie. First of all, the vast majority of Americans really are not all that concerned about global warming, and a growing number of us don't believe in it any way. And not to mention that NASA has all of this satellite data, if you will, tomato, that shows that the planet has not warmed in the last 18 years. There has been no warming. In fact, there has been some cool... I watched a program about climate change over the weekend. And it really wasn't about climate change as it was about, global climate systems. And I watched another program that talked about end of the world prophecies. What does science